Each
Thank you.
member is acknowledging that they are attending the meeting via Zoom and that they are located in Wayne County, Michigan, unless otherwise stated when I call your name. Commissioner Anderson,
Here.
Commissioner Basham,
Present.
Commissioner Clark Coleman,
Present.
Commissioner Daub,
Here.
Commissioner Haddis,
Present.
Commissioner Killeen,
Here.
Commissioner Kinlock,
Present.
Commissioner Kniezek,
Here.
Commissioner Marecki,
Here.
Commissioner Baker McCormick,
Here.
Commissioner Scott,
Present.
Commissioner Varga,
Here.
Vice Chair Pro Tem Baydoun,
Present.
Vice Chair Palomero,
Here.
Chair Bell.
Here.
You have a quorum present.
Thank you so much. Next item, please.
Reading, correcting, and approval of the journal.
Vice Chair Pro Tem Baydoun.
Move for approval.
Support.
Been moved and supported. All in favor of the correcting and approval of the journal, say aye.
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 Any opposed? Anyone wish to abstain?
Motion carries.
Thank you. Next item, please.
Offering of all petitions, ordinances, resolutions, and presentations. There is one item listed. An ordinance by Commissioner Bell to amend Chapter 120 of the Wayne County Code of Ordinances, the procurement ordinance.
Okay, this is a first reading of the procurement ordinance. There's some items that we're looking at amending in this. We'll have a full discussion at the committee of the whole next week, but this is for first reading. We'll have a discussion at the committee of the whole, and then it'll go to second reading and approval if that's the desire of this body on October 2nd, which is the first full board meeting in October. Is there a motion?
Move for approval.
Support. Kenlock.
Basham first.
It's been moved and supported. Any discussion on this item?
And this
Hearing
is,
no, I'm sorry.
this is for first reading and referral to the committee of the whole.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. All in favor, we'll do a voice vote. All in favor, say aye.
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 Any opposed? Any opposed? Anyone wish to abstain?
Motion carries.
Okay, thank you so much. Next item, please.
We're moving to page 2 of the agenda, new business. There are 2 items listed. Dated September 9th from the Wayne County Clerk Kathy M. Garrett requesting commission approval of one of 3 Republican nominees to the Wayne County Board of Canvassers. Josephine
Okay.
Brown.
Go ahead.
The nominees are Josephine Brown of Westland, Rob Boyd of Brownstown, and Hema Bindu Kongalagaridi. I'm sorry for mispronouncing your name. For a term commencing November 1st, 2021.
Okay, and just for a bit of background, 10 days after the annual meeting, this has to be disposed of, these items. Our annual meeting was the last full board meeting, and that's why we're here today, because 10 days from that date will be Sunday, the 26th. So we're having this special, or I say extra full board meeting to comply with the state law that says this has to be disposed of 10 days after the annual meeting. So given that background, is there a motion for item number A1?
Madam Chair,
Yeah, Commissioner Marecki.
if you could just indulge me for a minute. I know this is kind of out of order with a full board voting meeting, but I just wanted to make a couple comments. I am not familiar with these people that have been nominated. The chairs of the Republican congressional districts, most of them got together and picked these names. A couple of these chairs actually live in Oakland County. So I don't know them. I did speak to Hema Reddy. That's how she shortens her name, to Hema Reddy, who is not interested in the position at this point because she didn't realize the time commitment this entailed. So with that being, and I talked to her because she was in my district, so I was interested in nominating her. So with that being said, I will put forward the name of Rob Boyd.
Thank you, Commissioner. That was the motion. Is there a second? Is there a second? Hearing none, the motion dies for lack of a second. Thank you, Commissioner. Next item, please.
We're going to item number 2.
Yes, ma'am.
Dated September 9th from the Wayne County Clerk Kathy M. Garrett requesting Commissioner approval of the Democratic nominee to the Wayne County Board of Canvassers, Richard Pruse of Detroit.
Madam Chair.
Commissioner Kinlock.
Madam Chair, I move to approve the nominee of Richard Pruse.
Support
Rick
Anderson.
Pruse
Sorry.
to the Wayne County Board of Canvassers for a full term.
Support Anderson.
It's been moved and supported to nominate Rick Pruse. It's
No, to
been
appoint.
to appoint Rick Pruse for this position to the Wayne County Board of Canvassers. Moved and supported. Is there any discussion? Any discussion on this motion? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Anderson,
Yes.
Commissioner Basham,
Yes.
Commissioner Clark Coleman,
Yes.
Commissioner Dodd,
Yes.
Commissioner Hattis,
Yes.
Commissioner Colleen,
Aye.
Commissioner Kinlock,
Yes.
Commissioner Knizik,
Yes, I'm sorry.
Commissioner Marecki,
Yes.
Commissioner Baker McCormick,
Yes.
Commissioner Scott,
Yes.
Commissioner Varga,
Yes.
Vice Chair Pro Tem Baidoon,
Yes.
Vice Chair Palomera, Vice Chair Palomera,
Vice Chair.
Yes, I'm sorry, yes.
Chair Bell,
Yes.
motion carries.
Thank you so much. That was the new business items. And again, this meeting was called to dispose of those items. We have done so. At this time, we'll continue on the agenda. Next item, Madam Clerk.
Public comments.
Okay, is there anyone from the public to offer public comments at this time? If you should, you have 1 minute for public comments. And again, this meeting was to dispose of the Wayne County Canvassers appointment, so hopefully the comments will be in regards to that only. Are there any persons on here for comments?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. My name is Beverly Woodbeck. I'm with District 15. I would like to know the commissioner's stance on forced vaccination for school and employment, and if they will stand against it. Studies show vaccine efficacy wanes within 6 months. So this is not just a vaccine. It's an unending, infinite stream of vaccines for us and our children. What is being advocated here is tasking Big Pharma with producing the one and only substance that can lend us temporary conditional freedom. Unvaccinated who have opted to take online college classes are being kicked out. The FDA is about to approve this for our children. Will the same happen to them? COVID has a 99.97% recovery rate, and natural immunity has been found to be more robust. But all this is ignored in favor of forced vaccination. Why? It's a violation of the Bill of Rights, our Constitution, and the Nuremberg Code, which is international law. We need people like you to stand up against segregating society. I ask you, if we lose the right to choose
Thank you, young.
what is
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
interjected into our
You
bodies,
can mute the speaker. Thank you.
the bodies
next.
of our children.
Thank you.
Are we
Next
even-
speaker, please. You have 1
My
minute.
name is
Next speaker.
Shauna, and I am a resident of Wayne County in District 2, and I'd like to express my opposition to any form of COVID vaccine passport or similar identification in our country. If we allow this, it will be used as a tool for government to impose its will on the people. Those who think it's a good idea need to remember the hateful and destructive days of segregation in America. Government wants the passport to restrict access and movement of non-COVID vaccinated. This medical apartheid is heavily influenced by pharmaceutical industry interests. Such a practice does not belong in a free society and reflects Nazi-era government efforts to segregate inferior or diseased members of society who were eventually confined or exterminated. This passport will be employed for any on all future government mandated injections, procedures, and demands. Nonconformity will remove further freedoms and impose more restrictions, creating a two-tiered system initially, but eventually no citizen will have a choice or a voice if this comes to fruition. Americans fought for years to remove segregation from our society. Vaccine passports will
Thank you so
reintroduce it
much.
and
I
must be
appreciate
stopped.
your comment. Thank you. Jade Monroe, 1 minute.
I just wanted to say that I'm surprised, I guess, by the action the commission take regarding the Republican nominee is, I guess, because there was no subsequent motion, even after Commissioner Marecki made a motion and there was no support. There wasn't even a request for a subsequent motion. So that's my comment. Thank you.
Thank you. Bill Strobridge.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
So I sent a video link to the entire Board of Commissioners last night. I want to make sure you're aware of the recent testimony by the whistleblower from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services nurse, Jody O'Malley, concerning her coworker who survived the entire pandemic working in intensive care and later died when she was forced to take the vaccine. She refused over her religious beliefs. Her testimony also included information about a normal 15-year-old who developed blood clots after the vaccine. I want to encourage you to look at that video. This is not something that is underground or, you know, conspiracy theorists. It's legitimate. Again, I encourage you to stop the vaccines, to stand up against this. I'm sure that if one of you lost a friend who had taken the vaccine and died because of it, you would look at this very closely. I hope that you will, please. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other public comments on the line? Hearing none, Madam Clerk, do you have any?
Hello?
I'm sorry, hello?
Yes, hello? Yes.
Go ahead, we hear you.
My name is Thomas Jones. I'm in Wayne County, Northville Township. I'd like to ask, related to new business number 3A, part 1, about the Republican approved nominee to the Board of Canvassers. Are there any Republican members on the Board of Canvassers? Is there a way to find that out?
If I'm not mistaken, and we have a former Board of Commissioner, Wayne County Board of Canvasser on the line. I believe it's 2 and 2. Is that?
Yes,
is that...
it is. Yes, William Hartman is still a member. His term hasn't expired yet. So William Hartman is still on the board.
Okay, thank you very much for the reply. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Any additional comments on the line? Matt Rees.
Yes. Hello. Hi, everybody. I thank you for addressing my comment. I just wanted to speak again about the new business number 1. I think it's really important that we do have someone that Commissioner Marecki put forward. I'm a little concerned again, kind of to the previous comment, that there was no second to put what seems like a fairly typical order of business forward. It concerns me that we would have only it sounds like a 2 and 1 situation on the board. Maybe I'm mistaken there. Secondarily, I do agree again with the voices of all these other public speakers coming out here. It's really important that we look at the evidence that's coming out about vaccines and we protect our citizens. This is becoming a major issue with businesses. I personally have lost a job because of vaccine mandates. So it's very personal to me. And I know many others are running into the same problem. So it's going to have negative economic impact as well as medical impact.
Thank you. Thank you, Matt. Are there any additional public comments on the line? Hearing none, Madam Clerk.
I have a comment.
Sure. Your name, please.
Suzanne Yarbrough. When I asked a question to your meeting, you told me there was no Q&A. So why did you, they answered the question of that man 1 minute ago. Also, these vaccines violate the Nuremberg Code is international law that you cannot force medical experiments on people. And these masks are medical experiments that you're forcing the children to wear. And these vaccines are medical experiments. This is not freedom. This is flat out communism. When people do not have a choice for their medical right. So that's all I have to say. You're supposed to uphold the Constitution. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And let me just say this, yes, we do not go back and forth with public comments, but I would just want, and I appreciate everyone's right to make a public comment, because that is certainly what is given for all the citizens when they're speaking to their elected bodies. But just as a FYI, this body has no jurisdiction over masks, over vaccines, over any of the things that have been mentioned. Those things come from our public health officers, which under the state constitution, those are the persons embodied to make those decisions. So I appreciate your comments, but this body has no jurisdiction over these items that you're speaking of. Next person for public comments, please. Okay, Pam, if you could please read what you have.
Okay,
And mute the line.
I have several emails, and if you spoke during public comments, I won't be reading the email that you sent. Is that okay, Chair?
Yes.
This is from Beverly Woodbeck. I would like to know the commissioner's stance on forced vaccination for school and employment, and if they still stand against it. Studies show vaccine efficacy wanes within 6 months, so this is not just a vaccine. It's an unending, infinite stream of vaccines for us and our children. What is being advocated here is tasking Big Pharma with producing the one and only substance that can lend us temporary conditional freedom. Unvaccinated who have opted to take online college classes are being kicked out of school. The FDA is about to approve this for our children. Will the same happen to them? COVID has a 99.97% recovery rate, and natural immunity has been found to be more robust, and yet all of this is ignored in favor of forced vaccination. Why? It's a violation of the Bill of Rights, our Constitution, and Nuremberg Code, international law. We need people like you to stand against segregating society. My next is from, I'm looking for the name. It just says Schwartz. Mask mandate is null and void. Please reach out to the governor if you are going to overstep boundaries. Sorry, you don't have the authority. Hello, Board of Commissioners. My name is Joy Pokerwinski, and I am a resident of Wayne County. The campaign to spread the narrative that we are dealing with a pandemic of the unvaccinated is a manipulation tactic that is not based in reality and is completely inappropriate. More evidence is coming to light that breakthrough cases in fully vaccinated people are happening at a significant rate. According to the CDC's website, in July 2021, following multiple large public events in a Barnstable County, Massachusetts town, 469 COVID-19 cases were identified among Massachusetts residents who have traveled to town during July 3rd through the 17th. 346, 74% occur in fully vaccinated persons. If these COVID-19 vaccines are so effective, why were the majority of the people infected in this outbreak fully vaccinated? This is from Tim Riley. The purpose of public comments is for the public to instruct the board so the board will know how to vote and what to act on. Every meeting for weeks now, this board defies the public that elected them by saying the board does not agree with the public comments. This is wrong and needs to stop now. This board needs to pass ordinances to stop vaccine requirements, stop mask mandates, stop spending tax money for promoting big pharmaceutical companies, stop violating rights, start defending the Constitution, start defending the rights of we the people. We value freedom over safety. We will not go away, and you cannot wait us out. Next is from, my name is Rachel Orchard. The city in which I reside in is Livonia. Under the Nuremberg Code, it states it's the voluntary consent of the human subject. We are able to exercise our free power of choice without intervention of any element, force, fraud, deceit, duress, overreaching, or other ulterior form of constraint or coercion. This means that nothing can be mandated concerning, I'm sorry, that was not right. This means that nothing can be mandated concerning the mask or vaccinations. When we the people have the right to be parents to our children. As parents, it is our job to research and make the best medical decisions for our children and even ourselves. The masking and the vaccine is violating our constitutional rights. The government has no business in our medical decisions. We the people, as you are, our Wayne County Board, should be standing up for our constitutional rights. Thank you. My name is Kiana Schuster, and I reside in Wayne County. Local government mandating masks for children in schools is overreach and plain wrong. This is why I am so relieved to see that our state legislators are working to pass Senate Bills 600 through 603, which move to appropriately limit the powers of the DHHS and local health officers and stop the overreach. Join Senator Lasada with Senate Bill 603, which will prohibit DHHS or a local health officer from issuing an order that requires a student to receive a COVID-19 vaccine, wear a mask, or take a COVID-19 test as a condition of attending or entering a school or participating in school activity. DHHS and local health officers would also be prohibited from issuing orders that require an individual to receive COVID-19 vaccination, wear a mask, or get tested in order to attend a school board meeting. I want to see you supporting this type of legislation that respects our right to bodily autonomy. This is from Michelle Marini. In light of the state budget proposal, please rescind the mask mandate and quarantines immediately. Thank you for listening, all of your constituents. Hello, I'm writing to you today in hopes you will do the right thing and allow parents to make choices for their children. From the time my kids were babies, I made all their decisions for them. The government didn't tell me how to care for them. It was me. With that said, I would like masking in our schools to be a personal choice. Whether you are for or against masking is beside the point. The point for me is I'm tired of my kids coming home stressed and anxious. Wearing a mask for 7+ hours per day is inhumane. To be threatened with exposure for pulling the mask down is, well, look, back in our history, it's unfathomable. Please rescind the mask mandate. Parents make decisions for kids, not the local health department. That was Jackie Lee. Amanda Helvey. Unmask our children. It is abuse. They touch them and the mask turns into a breeding ground for bacteria that they are forced to breathe all day. If you do not unmask our children, you are willfully participating in child abuse. I'm a parent that will not allow you to abuse my children any longer. Unmask them or we will be leaving for homeschooling in masses. Lisa Apanovis. Please consider removing the mask mandates that have been forced on our children. It's really unfair to not at least give parents a choice to send their children to school with or without a mask. This is from Danielle Colombo. Rescind the mask mandate. This is Unmask Our Kids. In light of the recent state budget provision passed by the Senate and the House and expected to be signed by the governor, I want you to rescind the mask mandate effective immediately. This is Kirsten Kassab. Attention Health Director Carol Osterberry. In light of the looming budget bill in front of the governor and in order to establish clarity, please rescind the mask mandate in Wayne County immediately. In addition, the 14-day among ages 18 and under does not support such a mandate. It is observed people can fill stadiums and arenas maskless, yet our children are forced to be masked in an educational setting. This is from Richard Luzit now. I am very concerned with the way Wayne County has taken away our rights. The mask mandate you have enacted in our schools is against our Michigan Constitution, where it says in the revised school code that any restraint that negatively impacts breathing is one that is prohibited practices listed. It is not okay that our children are being masked for, yes, it's been proven that masks negatively impact breathing. For the sake of our children, please remove the mask mandate. This is from, oh, I just read that one. Okay, I think that's it.
Thank you so much, Madam Clerk. Next item, please.
Adjournment.
Move
Is there a motion to
adjournment.
adjourn?
Madam Clerk, Madam Chair.
Yes,
this
ma'am.
is Commissioner McCormick. I just wanted to ask in reference to the first item that we discuss the procurement ordinance at full board. I
No, we're
don't
going
know
to discuss it at committee of the whole. On committee of the
Yes,
whole
well,
next week,
yes,
we're going to
committee-
discuss it then.
Okay, at the committee of the whole, can we add to that or amend what the discussion?
have-
will be?
If you have any amendments or possible amendments, please address them to me and our council.
Great. So, okay, I'll send that information to you. I
Thank
didn't know if we needed to amend it at this point.
No, it can be amended between now and the committee of the whole.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Madam Chair, I have one additional short public comment.
I'm sorry, go ahead, ma'am.
From Shannon Seco, required mask mandates are illegal and against our parental rights. The fact that our kids are in the middle of politics is egregious. Please, in light of the state budget provision, we need to rescind the mask mandates immediately.
Thank you. All right, and I think I had a motion to adjourn by Commissioner Kinlock
Yes.
and supported. All in favor, say aye.
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 All right, meeting adjourned. We'll see you at the committee of the whole next week. Thank you.